The topic of my speech will be why attendance policies in college should be removed. Attendance policies in college only allow professors to become complacent and continue to allow students to attend lecture for the sake of a grade rather than learning. I believe that students and teachers alike should attend lecture for the sake of learning rather than a grade. Now, is anyone required to be here? If so, it's okay for you to leave. Now, you may be asking yourself, why did she give us the option to leave? Well, much like I stated earlier, I believe that all students and teachers should be genuinely interested in a topic rather than motivated for a grade or anything else. Now, I want to elaborate on what I mean in the context of college policies. During the spring semester of my freshman year, I had a psychology class that allowed us to miss up to 5 days. I did not think much about missing this class unless I had a legitimate reason. However, that was not the case for the psychology class. The professor did not show enthusiasm for the subject and did not find the class to be interesting or thought-provoking. She put all the information from the book into the slideshows. Students began to pick up on this pattern, yet students continued to come to the book slideshow. However, they were not actively listening, but rather they were looking at their laptops and cell phones. I often wonder to myself, if there was no attendance policy, would they even bother to show up? I also wondered what would happen if that would actually occur. What would the professor change? Would the professor think that her teaching style didn't attract students? Would she differ her new techniques in accordance to what students might like? What would be more interactive? Would she approach the classroom with different techniques? Although this never happened, I'm sure that the sudden disappearance of her students would cause her to think how she could improve. Now imagine if this occurred to every professor. All teachers would try their best to teach in a manner that fostered learning. I want to emphasize why attendance policies in college do not work through the following points. Teachers can become complacent and unwilling to adapt to the needs of different classrooms. Without attendance policies, professors would have to motivate themselves to learn more techniques and ways to encourage learning and to be more interactive and bring students back into the classrooms. Although teachers would become more attentive to the needs of the students, they would not need to cater to them. Without attendance policies, teachers could make students come to class with stricter expectations. If students expect more from the professor, the same should be applied to students. Students would learn more without an attendance policy, at least students who would care to learn more. Also, since students wouldn't be required to attend class, they will learn to go because they're paying for the degree. Without an attendance policy, the lazy students would suffer, not the ones willing to learn. And that's the main objective of college, is for the sake of learning rather than attending for the sake of a mindless diploma. And much like I mentioned earlier, lazy students would learn to become better students because of this. They would only have to adapt to the new learning styles as the same way as professors would. Teachers and students alike would learn to work harder. It would also teach them both to be aware of the interests of the other. Professors would become more aware of the needs of the students in regards to context, in regards to new learning material. Teachers would be able to teach their desired subject without those who really don't care. There wouldn't be many distractions caused by those same students because of that. There wouldn't be any cell phones, because why would they be there if they genuinely don't have to? And this whole process would only promote education. And again, that's the main goal of college and any diploma behind the degree. In conclusion, attendance policies do not benefit students because it makes their professors become complacent. Also, attendance policies force students to attend lectures for the sake of a grade and not to learn. Students and professors should be self-motivated to learn and to learn and to learn. Thank you.